everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Dazzled or Disappointed for you, a review on a product that's semi-new. It's not brand new, but when it first launched to Sephora's site, it sold out within like the first day. It restocked during the sale and I was able to pick it up then, but this is the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals eyeshadow palette. Now, the reason I decided to do a Dazzled or Disappointed is because when I was trying to make the decision of whether I wanted to pick this up or not, I was really finding hardly anything on YouTube and on the internet. So I figured I would put this review up here for you in case you were kind of on the fence for this palette to see if it was right for you. So if you're interested in seeing swatches, details, just product information and what I'm wearing on my eyes today, then just keep on watching. Okay, so in regular Dazzled or Disappointed fashion, I'm going to take you into the Sephora website and just give you the details as far as price and description and things like that. So it is $42. You get 1.14 ounces of product or 32.4 grams. And then the description says it's a palette with 18 pans of high pigment, vibrant mattes, gorgeous duochromes, and eye-catching transition and topper shades. It's free of sulfates, SLS and SLES, parabens, and phthalates. It says the Sugar Crystals palette features all the fun, bright colors you could desire. The top row features shades in a matte finish, the middle row features coordinating duochromes, and the bottom row features stunning transition and topper shades to take your look to the next level. The shades in this palette are highly pigmented and are infused with jojoba oil, which one of you told me how to say that, thank you very much. This easy-to-use formula is ideal for creating endless, vibrant, selfie-worthy eye looks that showcase your creativity. You do get 18 shades in 0.06 ounce size pans. So that is the description on the Sephora website. Now let's actually go into the product itself. So first off, as I almost dropped the box, it comes like this. This is what the box looks like. It's just got some pastels and it's got some funky lettering on the cover, I don't know. And then the back just has a diagram of what the palette looks like on the inside, and then the palette itself does match the box. So the first thing I'm going to say about the packaging is that it was a letdown. You guys know I'm a sucker for everything packaging. Like, even if the inside isn't all that great, as long as the packaging is good, I am so sucked in. And the package immediately turned me off. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like this palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's nothing super spectacular. Like I said, the lettering's kind of weird. It's not very heavy, but a lot of people prefer that because then you can travel with it. And then the back, again, does have the diagram of what the palette looks like on the inside. I will tell you, it is made in PRC. Several of y'all have confirmed for me what that means as far as cruelty-free and animal testing. And another one of you had mentioned that Violet Voss's website does state that she is cruelty-free, and so I have not validated that for myself, but just as an FYI. So you open it up and you do have a decent size mirror. It does not span the whole inside of the cover, and then you do have your shades right here. And just like the packaging or the description said, your top row is mattes, your second row are duochromes, and then your third row are going to be those topper types of shades. So it's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and before I take you into everything I did today, I am not going to do a demo. I am just going to point out what I used on my eyes. But first, let's start with swatches so that you can see what those look like, and then we'll move on from there. The first four matte shades are Bubblegum, Pearberry, Banana, and Mint Choco. So the shade Bubblegum is disclosed as not being safe for the eye area. I mean, it's a neon kind of shade, so those usually are not. And I will tell you, it is the closest neon pink I have found to come to the neon pink that's in the Anastasia Riviera palette. But that's what those look like right there. And there we go. Here we've got the last two of the matte shades, so Blue Raz and Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean is also disclosed as not being safe for the eye area. Then we start going into the duochrome shades. You've got Strawberry and Orange Cream. And just like the description said, these are very, very creamy. They feel very thick to the touch because they're infused with that jojoba oil. So if you grab too much on your finger, it'll end up kind of clumping up, and that's why it ends up looking a little clumpy, but that's the reason. Next up, we have got Lemon Drop, Pistachio, Sweet and Sour, and Grape. They are very, very pigmented and very easy to swatch. For reference, I do one swipe swatches just for pigmentation purposes, but that is with just one swipe. Here we are on the last row, which is the topper row. We've got Cotton Candy, Sherbet, Buttercream, and Limeade. I love the shade names to this palette. I think they're so cute, and the shade name reminds me of exactly what I would think of for that color. It's really weird, but they're fun, summery shade names. Again, very, very pigmented, just one swipe swatch, and this row is just as that second row in that it's very rich and creamy. Last two of the palette are Sugar Crystals and Lollipop. And Sugar Crystals is the only one out of the palette or out of that top coat row that I would consider to be more of a top coat. The rest are very, very rich in pigmentation, but this one I could see as being just a top coat. Okay, let's go ahead and go into what I have on my eyes today. So in the crease, I have the shade Jelly Bean. Again, it's disclosed as not being eye safe or the immediate eye area, but I did opt to put it in my crease. I felt like that was far enough away. However, I also put it on my lash line, my lower lash line. I have not had any issues so far. So Jelly Bean is what's on my crease and my lower lash line. And then on the, here's where it gets a little more complex. On the outer and inner portion of the lid, I have the shade Pear Berry right here, and then kind of like on the super outer portion of that Pear Berry, and then coming in a little bit. It's hard to describe. You'll see it probably once we get a little zoomed in. I did use the shade Bubblegum. Again, not eye safe, but I did place it on my lid. Then on the middle portion of the lid, I used the shade Buttercream right here. Again, it is disclosed as being a top coat, but these are so opaque that you can use them as an actual shade, as an actual lid color. So I did use that on the middle portion of my lid. So let me go ahead and zoom you in. Oh, I do have one more on my inner corner, and that's the shade Limeade right here. So let me go ahead and zoom you in, and then I can show you again what I am wearing. So I have had my makeup on, let's get a little bit further out, for quite a few hours now. So this is actually pretty perfect to show you how it wears throughout the day. So in my crease and on my lower lash line, I've got the shade Jelly Bean, which is this one right here. And then I've got Pear Berry like right here, and then right here, which is this shade right here. I've got Bubblegum, which is the hot pink shade right on the outer portion, and then right here where that meets that yellow. And then Buttercream is that yellow right here in the middle. Jelly Bean is also on the lower lash line, and if you're wondering what I'm wearing as my eyeliner, it is one of the new Fenty Summer Collection neon liners that she released recently. So that's what we've got going on the lid. Inner corner is the shade Limeade, which is the lightest green in the palette. So that is what that looks like right here. And let's go ahead and go into thoughts, because I have quite a few. So like I said, first off, the packaging is a total bust for me. When I first pulled this out of the box, I was very disappointed in the packaging. And so if you are anything like me and you look forward to packaging, then this isn't really a whole lot to look forward to. It doesn't feel very, it doesn't need to feel expensive. It was a $42 palette, but it just doesn't feel, it feels kind of cheap is really just what it feels like. It's not a heavy cardboard, anything like that. And then just the lettering is kind of weird. It's like they just kind of threw it together, and there wasn't a whole lot of thought in regards to the packaging. But for most of y'all, I know that what counts is what's on the inside. So that's where we come to all of this detail. So as far as the mattes, I have not had any issues applying the mattes. They apply very pigmented. They're easy to blend. They come across as bright on the lid as they do in the pan, which it's kind of hard to find for neon shades, because typically you have to go in with like NYX Milk Crayon in order to really get the full payoff. And I find that even without taking that step, I am able to get the pigmentation that I see in the pan. However, I will tell you there are certain shades, for example, like Jelly Bean, that I find start to fade a little bit throughout the day, even if I'm wearing primer. I have not found it to fade enough to where it really, to where I would say, okay, it looks like I'm wearing nothing, so that was kind of a pointless, you know, exercise. No, I mean, it still looks nice, but it's not as rich and vibrant as it was first thing in the morning when I applied it. But as far as the mattes, easy to apply, very bold, very pigmented. As far as the duochromes, I have enjoyed every single one of them. They're very creamy, they're very rich, they're very opaque, and I find the easiest and best way to apply them, at least for me, is with my finger. They are so creamy that just something about the finger, I don't know if it warms them up or if it just helps them blend better. I don't know if I use less product, but that seems to be the easiest and best way to be able to apply them to my lid. I love each one of the shades. They're, again, very rich, very bold, very opaque, and I don't need to use a whole lot of product in order to get on my lid what I see here in the pan. Now let's go on ahead and go into the topper shade. So like I said, the really only topper shade, or only two topper shades that I would consider to be toppers out of this whole palette are these two, Sugar Crystals and Lollipop, with Sugar Crystals really being the one that if I see it in the pan, I'd say that's a topper. Aside from that, they are all so opaque that I don't know that I see them as a topper, because they cover up whatever you apply them on top of. And so I have found that I like using them as a lid shade as well, because they are so rich that you can get a really nice faded effect if you tend to use like the 3 greens, for example. Because this one's deeper and this one's lighter, you can get a nice fade or a nice ombre because they are so rich in pigment. And again, easiest way to apply these is with the finger. I will use a very flat brush to kind of blend it into my crease so that I don't get stuff all over the place. But again, finger is best for applying these. These are just as creamy and rich as these, as this middle row. They're made with that jojoba oil that just really makes them feel like a cream product. So that being said, when I first pulled this out, and like I said, I was disappointed with the packaging, I figured I'd be taking this back. I used it the first time and I was like, okay, I'm not sure. I think I filmed a video that day and a lot of y'all gave me compliments on my eye look that day, and I thought there might really be something to this. I used it again and I'm like, the more I use this, the more I like it. And I have used it so much now to where I would say this is an absolute Dazzled for me, even though I'm not crazy about the packaging. What's inside is a really good product, and I think it's a really good product for a $42 price tag. If you were able to score it during the sale, then even better. But if you've been on the fence about this and you like bright colors, if you don't like brights and you don't like pastels, then this likely won't be for you. But if you do like those bright pops of color, this is a really, really great option. I have been loving using this, and this is going to be ideal for summer. This color scheme, just the rich pigmentation, the ease to apply is really going to make it a great summer palette. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Before I let you go, I want to give you a verse of the day, just in an effort to encourage you, to motivate you, and to let you know that Jesus loves you. If you don't want to listen, you can click off here, but it's quick and easy, and I will give it to you from Proverbs 14:22, and it says, "Those who plan what is good find love and faithfulness." Guys, thank you again for watching. I hope you'll consider giving this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful or enjoyed it, and I hope you'll consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as part of this YouTube family. Alright guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care guys. Bye.